What's up guys, InsaneFlux here, and in this Skyrim mod spotlight I want to feature two mods. First with Crossbows Revamped, which adds a bunch of general enhancements to the new crossbows added in the game from the duggelz DLC, and you will need to have the duggelz DLC in order to play this mod. Alright, so with Crossbows Revamped, the mod adds crossbows to the leveled list of bandits and soldiers, meaning that they'll use them in combat and you can loot them from their bodies after they're dead. So for example, here's a Solitude Guard who has a crossbow in his inventory and some bolts to go along with it. And here are a couple of bandits shooting their crossbow at me. And you'll notice that there's also a bow bandit, so bows are not taken out of the game. Bandits still use bows, guards will still use bows, but they do have a pretty good chance of having a crossbow. And Crossbows Revamped also increases the crossbow damage just a little bit, and that tweaks it to more of a realistic level since crossbows are very deadly. The mod also adds crafting recipes so the new crossbows and bolts can be crafted at any forge. And the new bolts and low-level crossbows such as the crossbow and the blue steeled crossbow are now available at most vendors in the game if you don't want to craft them. And that brings me on to my next little part. I said new bolts and the blue steeled crossbow, and you may be wondering what those are. And what the mod does is it adds 6 new types of bolts. There's iron, silver, orcish, ebony, glass, and dragonbone. The 2 new types added by the mod are blue steeled crossbow, which is better than the crossbow but weaker than the dwarven crossbow. And there's the ebony crossbow, and this deals a little bit more damage than the dwarven one, so it's the highest quality crossbow added so far. Anyways, I highly recommend getting this mod since crossbows being added to soldiers and bandits is pretty cool, and it's a very welcome change, and a realistic one too, like I said, because crossbows are much easier than an actual bow to use. And most bandits and soldiers back in the day would probably use a crossbow than a bow, since learning how to use a bow correctly takes years of practice, not to mention the amount of strain to draw the bow, which can go up to like 150 or 200 pound draws, and that's pretty ridiculous. Anyways, next I want to spotlight Left Hand Rings by duggelz. And this mod lets you equip rings on your left hand as well, so you can have 2 rings equipped at the same time. On your right hand, you'll have 1, which is the default vanilla one, and then you get a new ring on your left hand. The left-handed ring can be crafted at any forge, bought from a merchant, can be found randomly when looting bodies or chests because they're integrated into the leveled list. And you can enchant the left-handed ring too, which is probably the main reason why you want to get this mod. The left-handed ring has a text ring next to the name, so you know it's for the left hand, and that's a pretty neat and useful feature. The only problem I noticed with this mod so far was that the left-handed ring doesn't show up in first person, but when you go into third person it shows just fine. Anyways, thanks for watching my Skyrim mod spotlight, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos similar to this one. See ya.